Hi, this is Damon over here at Profit Drive. Excited to record this video for you and give you a good overview of our brand new web portal, okay? So right when you log into the application, you're gonna see the dashboard, okay? It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's just gonna be your business at a snapshot, right? You can totally see how many leads do we have in the system, how many leads have we skip traced, how many folks have contacted us, how many people, how many direct mail pieces have we sent. All of that data is going to be available to you, and of course you can just quickly drill down to it. All right. The next thing we're going to cover over here is our map. Again, pretty self-explanatory, but you're going to go ahead and see a map, and it's going to automatically zoom in to your location of wherever you've got properties pinned. Now I can just click on the pin. It'll quickly show me a snapshot of the photo, and it's going to link me directly to the property details. Now this is really the cool part too. These street pictures are included, right? So that's not an additional monthly fee or anything like that. The street pictures are actually included in every subscription, all right? So it's gonna be really easy to visually see and get a good understanding of all of your properties, okay? Now we do route tracking as well, but that's gonna be handled separately in our routes, and I'll get to that in just a bit, all right? What I want to jump to next is our lead inbox, okay? So there's a few icons here that are going to pop out at you right away. You probably won't see these too frequently. We've kind of intentionally made them very obvious on this demo because we really want to explain the differences so that there's clarity when you do see them, okay? So the red icon, that basically means, hey, look, there is something going on with this property. It needs attention. Typically one of two things has happened, and sometimes both. The first thing would be that the address has not been validated, okay? So if the address isn't validated, you need to go ahead and manually edit the address and see if we can actually validate the address, all right? The second thing would be that we've not been able to find the owner of record, okay? So if we can't find the owner of record or the property address isn't valid, well, you sure don't want to send postcards or direct mail or waste your money mailing to an address that has not been validated. Now, there's lots of reasons. We've got other help articles to really kind of help you figure that out sometimes, but just realize sometimes if DR might need to be DRIVE kind of thing. So you're just gonna have to go in and all you gotta do is just click on the lead, and then you can actually manually, really kind of manually edit the lead if you need to, okay? So just come up here in the top right-hand corner, hit edit the lead, and if you found out the right lead or whatever, go ahead and update it and correct the address as necessary, okay? So that is gonna be the red icon. The next icon that's pretty obvious is the green. Now, and then you're gonna also notice we've got a property here that doesn't have an icon at all right? So let me explain the differences. The green icon means that we've actually skip traced that property, okay? So 1482 Country at Lake Estates, if it does not have an icon, red nor green, okay, that means that we've actually been able to validate the address, and we have found the owner, and we've been able to validate the owner as well, okay? So that means that you can actually skip trace this, or you can go ahead and send direct mail, all right? So I can actually click on it, select it, and take any action, all right? Now, if I wanted to owner trace this, I could go ahead and select the record, and really skip trace is what we should be calling it these days, but let's go ahead and skip trace that. Pretty simple to skip trace right from here. Now, what is skip tracing? Well, let's take a look whenever we go ahead and skip trace. Every property, by the way, every property, it's unlimited property details on every single property you add. So we're gonna validate that it's a legitimate postal address that we can deliver mail. We're gonna validate who the owner is, okay? And then you're gonna see property information, financial information on every single property. But if you actually skip trace, so let's go ahead and click on that. It's gonna give you more information. So you're gonna see the phone numbers for the contact, any relevant email addresses, previous known addresses, are there any bankruptcies, is this a deceased tag, what are the other closest relatives and associates, are there any other known liens on this property, okay? So again, all of that's very easy to manage. You can also change the status and the history, see any additional notes. This is where you would see additional photos. Of course, you could add photos. You'll see the lead value, the street rank, any other visual inspections that you made while you were actually in the field on the app or the driver. All right, all of that data is going to be right here in the notes section. All right, So let's go back to leads. There's a couple of other things that are really important to pay attention to here. First and foremost, you can add leads. So I could actually add leads one-off very easily. I could actually import leads, upload via CSV file. Again, really important to understand when you add leads or import leads, that's when you may want to come back over and research, do the property research to validate the address and validate the owner so that and then you can either skip trace or send some direct mail, right? Now, we also do have a new tagging system, so you can actually select tags and just view those particular tags. That admittedly is going to be amazingly awesome once we really start pushing on the property list stacking, right? So we're really going to allow you to start list stacking right inside of Profit Drive as well. But really what I want to show you up here that's probably one of the most powerful things is the little filter. So let's go ahead and click on the filter. We can filter by all of the different lead data points. So in this particular example, let's go ahead and take a look at owner occupancy. I want to go ahead and mail a postcard to all the absentee owners, and it's going to filter out. Okay, I quickly find all of the absentee owners. Let's go ahead and just select that list really quick. And we're going to pop back up to our actions, and let's go right into direct mail. Now, you'll update, the first and foremost, you'll go ahead and name your campaign. So that's going to be very important later on. So it's my first demo mail campaign. You'll update the photo, your user profile photo. You'll update your business logo. Now, why are you doing that? Well, because there are a few templates that will use actual photos or business logos, okay? In fact, speaking of that, we've got an entire new template library ready to launch, okay? By the time you watch this video, it'll probably be launched, but we're talking 50 plus new postcard templates, letter templates, handwritten fonts, just tried and true tested postcards that we know are super effective. It's gonna boost your responses, okay? So once you get your user profile, your business logo, we're gonna go ahead and scroll on down. We wanna update our return address, any contact info, our signature, and then you're gonna notice one other thing down here, that is the text keyword, okay? So what is that? Well, we've got new calls to action, all right? New call to actions. So if you add keywords, for texting, they can actually text that keyword in. So you might want to text in the keyword cash to get the offer on the property, okay? You'll see that on some of the templates. Just know that it's going to be very easy to merge all of that data on the postcard, okay? So we're going to go ahead and hit save and continue. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and select a new template, all right? Now for this particular one, we're going to go ahead and select this postcard here. I really like that postcard. Again, we've got a whole new template library launching very, very soon. 50 plus new templates, including templates that insert the photos of the properties automatically. All that stuff's super easy to do. Let's go ahead and hit next. And then it's going to review and pay. Now, you're going to go ahead and see right here, this is actually going to introduce the credit system, all right? So it's going to let me know what my credit balance is. So I've got 10 bucks. It's going to go ahead and calculate the postcards. Again, your postage, your individual postage rates will be dependent upon your subscription level. And of course, the higher the subscription level, the deeper the discounts, all right? But here's the good thing. Even at our lowest membership level, I'm telling you, there is nowhere on the planet that you are going to be able to do, 4 postcards for 60, 70 cents, okay? It's just unheard of. Because typically you got to send out at least 100 postcards, 200 postcards, and even then they're still charging you $1, $1.25, okay? Absolutely just unacceptable. Look, we're going to lock in big discounts whether you're sending out 1 postcard or 100 postcards or 1,000 postcards, okay? So it's pretty easy to go ahead and review, and that's it. Just go ahead and send my mailers, and at that point, that campaign will be launched. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and launch this campaign, but let's go ahead and jump into campaigns and see what this looks like, okay? So once we actually do launch the campaign, this is why we name it, all right? So we'll see exactly which campaign. I can go ahead and click on the campaign name. It's going to tell me the campaign information. I can, of course, edit that. It's going to let me know the date that was started. But really, let's go ahead and look at the individual mailers, all right? So who are all the contacts that received the postcard, and what is the status? So I can see that those are marked for delivery, all right? Awesome. Okay, so very easy to track all of my individual campaigns and the actual status of the direct mail. All right, so let's go ahead and bounce right back into leads. So that was pretty cool. that we could just hand select, a handful of folks and take quick action. All right. But I also want to point out there's another cool little field here, and that is the DM count. All right. So you can see what this is the direct mail count. So it's going to let you know how many pieces of mail have you sent to that individual property, when it was actually added to the database, what was the user, because don't forget, you can add additional users now in your subscriptions. Okay, so whether it is you're at our top tier and you can add unlimited. So unlimited is going to give you the ability to add all kinds of drivers, but you're going to know who submitted the lead directly. It's going to give you the mailing address, the owner information, all of that stuff is going to be right there for you. Okay, very easily accessible. All right, so the next thing I want to kind of chat about is the routes. So route tracking, this is going to help you understand and know, right? It's going to just visually give you a quick understanding of what neighborhoods you've hit. Okay, so I'm going to click on a route and it says, all right, this was the route was headed to work. When did I drive it last? And it's going to show you the exact route. It's going to highlight it on the map. It's going to show you any properties that you found along that route. And of course, I can zoom out. I can navigate the map very easily right from the system as well. Okay, all right. So a couple other things I want to point out. Settings is really going to be, it's pretty basic, self-explanatory here, but this is going to be your profile information. You'll be able to manage your subscription, update any payment method, as well as security, being able to reset your password. Now, users, this is super important, okay? So this is where you're going to come in, be able to actually manage and filter any existing users or add new users. So if I want to add new users, I can go ahead and add their name, their profile, phone number if I have it, and then I'm going to choose the user type. Now you have 3 different options here on user type. You've got partner, employee, or driver. All right, so the partner selection, look, you don't want to add that unless they probably are a very trusted partner or team member, okay? Because that's really going to give them the exact access that you do, okay? Now, if you do have an employee, maybe the employee is only doing some skip tracing for you, that's fine. You can actually just give them access to our owner trace, or vice versa. Maybe they're just doing direct mail, or maybe they're not doing either and you just want them to add properties for you. That's okay too, but they could still log into the portal and have visibility. Now, if you want a driver on your team, so they can't log into the portal, so they will not have access to log into the portal, but they will be able to log into the app. So as soon as you add them here, they're going to get an email. It's going to welcome them. They're going to be able to set up their account and download the app. Again, they're not going to have to pay for the app. I want to be clear. The app is going to be free for them. They're going to be able to download the app so long as they are part of your plan, okay? And there we go, okay? Pretty simple to kind of come in here and manage any security, either turn those users on or off and just hit save, that simple. So let's explain the credit system real quick, and I think that we can probably wrap this video up, all right? So again, all of your skip tracing or direct mail, all of that will be managed with a credit system, okay? So you can actually purchase credits, one-time, really just kind of one-off purchase. So if I wanted to add credits here, I could simply do that. I've got my payment method. I could just type in the dollar figure and save, and it will go ahead and process that credit balance. Now, we are introducing a new auto recharge. I'm absolutely loving this so far. This has been really great. So we can come in here and just enable, all right, we can enable our auto recharge. I can set the minimum amount and the recharge amount, okay? So if it goes below 10 bucks, all right, we can go ahead and auto recharge and add another 100 bucks, okay? So that's not like, hey, every 30 days or whatever. It's just whenever you get below that minimum, all right? Now, why is that going to be important? Well, let me tell you, okay? We've got a lot of new stuff in store for Profit Drive, and one of the things that's in the works, and we really are pushing this really hard, I'm hoping to have this in the next 30 to 60 days at the latest, but we are going to introduce, whenever we talk direct mail, we're really going to introduce campaigns, okay? So the cool thing we're introducing is that you can launch campaigns. Now with the credit system, you'll be able to launch campaigns and skip trace directly from the mobile app as well, okay? So you won't have to log into the web portal to launch a postcard campaign or even skip trace to get the owner's phone number or email address or any of that stuff, literally while you're setting in front of the property, okay? However, with the campaigns, the really cool thing of it is you'll be able to set up postcard number 1 goes out today, wait 3 weeks, and then yellow letter number 2 goes out, and then wait 3 weeks, and this goes out. And with the credit system, your account's only going to be debited when those actually are shipped and when they're direct mailed the day of, okay? So that is why we're introducing the credit system. Of course, you'll be able to manage all of the statements and invoices and everything else as well, so you'll be able to visually see that. And then last but certainly not least, the tagging system. Admittedly, probably not going to be like, change the world just yet right now. However, it's going to be, this is the first step to introduce property list stacking, okay? So imagine being able to upload an absentee owner list, a code violation list, and a tax delinquent list, right? And you could actually then say, hey, I want somebody that's on all 3 of those lists, and I only want to mail to those 3 individuals or those 3 folks that are on all 3 of those lists, okay? That really is property list stacking. We're going to be introducing that very, very soon right inside of the Profit Drive app. And so, hey, look, for those of you guys that don't know me, I am Damon, and I am the founder and creator of REI Black Book. So we do have some other additional really cool stuff that we're going to be doing to introduce integrations directly into REI Black Book. So REI Black Book has phone numbers, text messaging campaigns, and follow-up sequences. So you'll be able to submit the data directly into the REI Black Book platform to trigger even further workflows and automation, okay? So really excited about the new launch. Excited to have you guys on board. If you've got any questions, please reach out to our support team. It's best to either call them at 1-800-507-1945, or hey, just shoot a simple email over to support@profitdrive.com. All right, thanks so much, and stay tuned. We'll do some more detailed videos on the individual sections of Profit Drive web portal. All right, have a great night.